Hey, Miami Mike here again. A couple little things on the food, but this is September 23rd, 2015. First day of autumn here in Cutler Bay, a little town south of Miami. First day of autumn here. It's raining and still humid, so in the midst of hurricane season. We're cooking, so let's get right to the cooking. Sauerkraut and onions. Fermented food that's going to go in the pork. Get it right from the farm. And just as a little side, I had to mix some coffee this morning, so I left it out here. Basically what I do is I get both decaf and caffeinated organic coffee at Whole Foods, and then I mix it together. And I've been I drink a lot of coffee, and I've been drinking the light caffeine for many, many years, and I'm using less and less caffeine, just thinking it might help my adrenals or something like that. I don't know for a fact, but I enjoy drinking it. So that's the mixed coffee. If you back up a little bit, we'll get to what I'm making for dinner tonight, and you're going to be back here for lunch, by the way. So for dinner, this is just some out of the freezer frozen red potatoes that I have labeled. So I always cook plenty to have. Basically, this might be enough for 2 more meals. So it's already seasoned, and just need to heat that up. And if you take a look inside here, Jacob, right here, pork and sauerkraut, we got the tenderloins going with seasoning. I got a lot of onions in here that what I'm going to do, and that's the first time I'm trying this, I'm going to take probably one of these and have pulled pork with the onions on the side for either lunch or dinner another time, and have the other loin tonight with the sauerkraut. So when we come back at 2 o'clock, you'll see me with the sauerkraut in the slow cooker, and what I do in the afternoon for the pork and sauerkraut is one of my favorite meals. And you'll see my lunch too. My lunch is basically fried chicken and coconut oil that we had last night. Everybody said how delicious it was, and I get to have it for lunch, the spoils of being a cook. I'll see you at lunchtime, 2 o'clock. Hey, back for lunch, same day, September 23rd. So I'm going to have Jacob come over to the frying pan and see. I go back and forth between either coconut oil or real butter, and I'm freshening up last night's dinner with real butter. You can hear the crackling. So I got some rice pilaf along with delicious fried chicken. It was fried in coconut oil, and that'll be on a separate recipe a little bit later. But we do eat quite a bit of starches. You can get away with that in this diet as long as it's organic. So you've got some couscous here, risotto, that type of thing. And I've got enough for another lunch or a small dinner for myself here later. I could freeze this. And just any supplements, you know about the flaxseed and coconut oil, vitamin D. The only thing I'm going to have here at lunch is 10,000 IU of vitamin D. And I'm trying CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. That's a very popular diet supplement right now. And I'm trying to see if that by itself might work on this last 10 or 15 pounds that I'd like to get rid of. So the jury is out on that so far. I will let you know what I think of it personally in the next month or 2. Lastly, I took the sauerkraut out of the crock pot and I put it into the oven, and I will show you this a little bit later, but basically, I'll show it to you now, but basically I want to brown it up. So what I want to show you later is browning it up, and that's the actual sauerkraut. You'll see how that browns, and I'll have to check this for water, you know, every half hour to an hour over the next 3 hours, but you'll see the finished product a little bit later. And again, this is Miami Mike. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you a little later today. Take care. Yay, we're back again here. This is about 4:15, so this sauerkraut is cooked in my oven at 350 degrees for about 3 hours. So I like to do it that way, so it's a browning effect, and I think the taste is better. My mother's from Berlin, Germany. She came over after World War II. She's made sauerkraut my whole life, and I'm addicted to it. It's one of my favorite meals. So follow me to the stove, the oven, and you can see how it's browning now instead of the white that it would be if it was in the crock pot all day. And you see it dries out in the oven. In the crock pot it does not dry out, but it's a much more intense flavor if you like the sour flavor when it's in the crock pot. So if you do it this way and add water every half hour or so, you get more browning and a more mellow taste. But I love it anyway, and there's chopped onions in the sauerkraut all day. And sometimes I'll flip the pork so they're a little bit brown on both sides. And I can do it this way because I live here. All right, we'll see you next time. Have a great evening.